old version, it looked that way at one point because Angry Elf understand that there was a Japanese licensed anime that we all thought was cartoon, number one, and they had to put their own storyline on top of that. Now, you, you look on Japanese animation, Japanese actually have always been a bit on long-term storytelling. They try to tell you a story with different arcs into it. So even though we're doing a show on the 15 by anime on Wednesday, me and Wally were trying to go into depth on multiple episodes, explaining in detail why you cannot compare a cartoon with anime because it's two different genres, two different presentation, two different production, but the one have more of an in-depth story, but it's more educational in a way because I hate to say this, but over 30 years of me watching anime, there are a lot of stuff I remember in high school I remember seeing in anime that it kind of like, oh, I remember we talk about that. But when I watch cartoons, not one thing I learn anything. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting dumbed down. Let's be honest. But Voltron, there's a lot of hint on a lot of things that you can almost you're learning something as you watch it. I give you that. But my pushback is similar to Angry L pushback or the present version of Voltron. There are too many unnecessary Easter eggs they were throwing in and throwing hint at, whereby you kind of like a little bit protected by our kids. If I had my way, I'll tell you, okay, we moved to Japan. I don't have to worry about what they watch because what they watch, you'll know they're not watching garbage over there. It's more competitive, more educational, but there's too many different genres. But Voltron itself, I won't be surprised if I watch the Japanese version and I realize it's completely different from the storyline. I would start asking questions. Why they put this here? Why they put that here? What are we doing for this over here? What are we doing for that over here? Because 10, 12 years ago, no one, you never expect you to see a bunch of grown folks in Barnes and Noble wearing manga books and they're there for hours. I found out almost 15 years ago, it was like, I thought it was a small thing, but not really the big thing. A lot of grown folks start to realize, oh, I didn't know they have this. I didn't know they have this. People start to catch on to the Japanese culture and the storytelling and start to realize it's a completely different form of comic book. I was telling Wally, you might have to do a episode comparing manga with comic books to see what would be the difference between both styles because this is something on a cultural aspect you might want to take the time to break it down. Because looking at Voltron, it's supposed to be based on a Japanese product, but at the same token, we are all still thinking it's an American product when it's not.
But yeah, but that's all. But that's all anime. All of them.